Hello everybody, Demon Red Mist here, checking out Gran Turismo Sport on PlayStation VR, and I've tried doing a couple of broadcasts already and I got errors, so we'll see if this one works. If it does, we'll go for a drive. If it doesn't, I'm going to go mental, or I'll just record and then upload later. So yeah, Gran Turismo Sport on the VR, I have had a few goes already, and I must admit it is absolutely amazing. It is brilliant. Now, on the I'll Tell You What TV podcast a week or so ago, I talked about the F1 car, Lewis Hamilton's F1 car on Gran Turismo Sport, and how it's terrible. Now, admittedly, it is broken. The audio on it is not good at all. However, when I drove in it, my love of Formula One instantly. To be honest, I was almost in tears at how amazing it was. Because with VR, it's difficult to explain, but it literally just puts you right in the car. So I am going to go and jump in Lewis Hamilton's F1 car now around Suzuka. And hopefully just show you what it's like. Now, I don't know whether what you will see from the broadcast is going to be exactly what I see through the VR. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, to find out. But visually, it's amazing. I mean, I took this car around the Nordschleife last week and loved absolutely every second of it. Now, something I will say is that if there's any problems with audio or anything like that, then I do apologise. There's not a lot I can do about that while I'm driving. So, yeah, hopefully you'll be able to hear anything that I say, or if I'm shouting, I apologise. But obviously, I'm wearing a headset. I can't see anything other than the screen at the moment. And this is all a little bit new to me with the VR. Okay, so, yeah, the F1 car. I'm not going to hit 220 mile an hour, but now something I will say is I'd heard a few people try VR and talk about getting seasick, and you know what, I fully agree. I did. You would not believe the effect it has on you. So I'm just trying to recenter the screen. You would not believe the effect it has on you when you're going up and down hills physically, the effect. It looks like the VR is slightly out of alignment, but I'm just going to go and park up. Also, I mean, I may not have got it set up properly, so graphically it might not look as good as it should, but also, don't forget, folks, YouTube does downgrade everything anyway. Right, see if we can get this centered better. I don't think it's quite doing it. Maybe it's me that's not centered, but anyway, yeah, in the F1 car, I just instantly found, okay, I am now sitting in a Formula 1 car. You can't go too far, otherwise you get black screen, but I am now sitting in that. You can lift your head up a bit, not that you'll be able to do that much in real life, but yeah, it's absolutely amazing, to be honest. Now, when it comes to the driving, I don't know how well I'll do, but just visually, I am now sitting in a Formula 1 car at the Suzuka Grand Prix circuit. You can't beat that. Now, sound-wise, the car is still pretty bad, especially on the downshifts. But we'll see how we get on. So I'm just going to take it easy for a bit anyway. But being able to look into the apexes is absolutely amazing. Well, I say that you do get a physical sensation of moving. Okay, you don't get the physical sensation of the curbs, which is a massive shame. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting in an armchair at the minute, but I actually feel like I'm in an F1 car, so there we go. So yeah, I mean, I've driven around quite a few tracks on the game, and the physical effects that you get are unreal. Now, this car hates this corner. I mean, I'm not going to go pushing for any fucking world record lap times or anything like that. And if I just randomly scream at some point, it's because Steve has just turned up. Okay, the gears are definitely not right on this car. I'll have to have a look at that, but I mean, I slated this F1 car on this game, mainly because of the audio, and I still stick by that. However, Codemasters F1 games don't give you this opportunity, sticking a VR headset on. Unfortunately, Project Cars 2 doesn't. But this is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I ain't going to be driving perfectly. I've done no setup work on the car. Like I say, it's not easy to drive a car where you can't really hear the downshifts, although admittedly I can hear the downshifts a little bit better on this particular headset. Well, not headset, but the earphones for the PlayStation VR. Oh, come on, get round there, oh, you bastard. Excuse my language. I mean, it definitely does give a massive sense of realism that I have never experienced before, other than when I had to go on the PlayStation VR on Gran Turismo Sport last week. But yeah, I mean, this is phenomenal. Ooh, too quick. Stick. Nice. Oh, clip the grass. Ah, it still loves to spin. Okay, this is something I don't like. When you go in reverse with a VR headset on, it fucks with your head. It's definitely the biggest feel sick moment. Now the weird thing is, I've got a fan on in my room at the moment, and it's like on twizzle, so it changes direction. And every now and again I can feel it blowing in my face and on my legs. And it's quite unusual when you're driving a car and then you can feel wind on you. Oh, it doesn't like that curve. But again, going backwards makes you feel sick. So let's have a quick look at seeing if we can sort out these gears, just so see if it drives a little bit better. Now I will jump in another car at some point as well, just to show another car as well in a minute. Yeah, the gear settings are. I mean, let's see. Okay. Yeah, the standard gear ratios are pretty poor, to be honest. Wow, is that as long as that'll go? Okay, let's bring those gears the other way then. But it is strange as well, sort of looking up and around the screen at different things, but at the same time it's pretty cool. Now there is also you can go and like have a tour of your cars, or go and have a good look around your cars. However, you can't do it while you're on a wheel because you can't move around properly. Now there is you can easily center the sorry, I don't mean to be doing this. Easily center the view as well, just by pressing the options button. Okay. But it is absolutely amazing being able to just spin on a sixpence, which I didn't mean to do, but just being able to look over and go, okay, front wheel. Oh, you have to be careful how much you do move though. But also the little holographic display you see there, lap 1 best, even that in itself is a brilliant visual display. Sort of shortening those other gears a little bit. Feels like it's made it a little twitchy. Caught the grass again. Can't use first gear in that corner, it just spins if I do. Ghost is quite far behind. I mean that's another aspect, just being able to look in a mirror instead of having to press a button to look behind. It's absolutely epic, as James would say. Breathe in, flat out. Too quick. Bollocks. It definitely does not like low revs. Also, I realised, well, if you ever watch Real F1 and you see drivers looking up at the screens doing this, you realise you actually could. It's not that difficult. Caught the grass again. So as much as I absolutely slated this car pre-trying it with VR, it's on a whole different level on a VR. Oh, bloody typical. Get the first corner right and then get the rest wrong. Now if you happen to be seeing a big flicker on the screen, it could be just because my eyes are positioned slightly wrong. I don't just mean on my face. I might be a little too close to the lens. I'll finish this lap and I'll go and jump in a different car. I mean, things as well. I mean, I'm sitting in like I said, sitting in an armchair. I'm using a wheel. But even sitting in an armchair, I look down. I physically feel like I'm looking down at my own legs. Seating positions not that dissimilar. It's just very, very realistic. Yeah, so there we are. I mean, okay, the screen's moving about a bit, but I would guess I've got it slightly not set up right, but even so, it is absolutely brilliant to be able to technically sit in a Formula 1 car. Okay, let's go and jump in another car. Now, admittedly, I could try taking that car around the North Sleaford, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to embarrass myself. I didn't crash last time, or not too bad anyway. But this time, I more than likely will. So, let's just sort out me, reposition the headset a little bit. Okay, what track should we go on? Bathurst was an interesting one. I will go on Bathurst actually, because Bathurst is not a flat track, yeah, the hills there, if you're not prepared for them, if you're not ready for them, very, very nasty. Right, okay, there is a particular car that I am looking for. Ooh, don't go in that one. No, you know what, I will go in, I'm going to go in my Audi R8. Now, I had to go in Steve's Toyota, which was very, very nice. In all honesty, it almost brought me to tears how good it was to be able to sit in a Le Mans car and drive the car. I mean, it's just visually inside the car, inside the cockpit, just looked absolutely amazing. And this is the thing with the VR system. It literally makes you feel like you are sitting in that car. It also makes you feel a bit sick as well. I mean, when I used it last week, I ended up having to go on about a 40-mile drive there, 40-mile back. I felt sick the whole way. Driving a real car just didn't feel real afterwards, but there we go. Okay, now I know I have tuned this car up, so I have no idea what it's going to bloody handle like. Just make sure there's no traction control on, and there isn't. Okay. Oh. Right, so yeah. Sitting in a Le Mans car, quite interesting. Now, I'll go in a road car as well after this, because you'd be surprised how much you can actually turn. I mean, when you reverse it, you can actually turn around and look out the rear window. I mean, I'm wearing my driver is wearing a black outfit, so you can't really see his legs at the moment. But when you can visually see the legs, even more it makes you feel like they are your legs. And seeing all these switches, you just feel like you want to go and flick them and turn them on, which I'm physically trying to do now, but obviously nothing's happening. But anyway, Le Mans car. I love Le Mans cars almost as much as I like F1 cars, but there we go. Now, like I say, I've tuned this one up, so it's probably not going to handle very kindly, but it's just those little things like I mentioned earlier, being able to look towards an apex. Now, I know games in the past have added that feature where a driver's view will automatically look towards an apex. I've always hated it. because it's not me looking there, it's the screen looking there. It's unnatural to me. Whereas this, oh, that hill gets your stomach. Whereas this is much more natural. And also, if you find yourself coming up to a hill that you're struggling to see, you just lift your head up a bit and look over the front, which is pretty cool as well. Oh, nearly at the wall. I mean, the realism side of it as well is it's not just in the driving part of it, it's in the crashing part. Because when you're heading towards a barrier at 100 odd mile an hour, you feel like you are going to hit the wall. All you need is a mate to be stood there with a wooden spoon to smack you on the head when you do hit a wall, to make it even more realistic. Too busy zooming in on the wheel. Nearly went off the track. Too quick, Dave. Now, something I've not done yet, I'm kind of doing it now, is spend quite some time on the VR. So I've no idea how I'm going to feel when I take this VR headset off. I might put in the description how I feel afterwards, because when I used it last week, like I say, I had to go on a real drive and I felt awful. I really did feel terribly sick. But I'm hoping that the more you use this, the more used to it you get. That's wall. Oh. Bit of advice, don't tune up your Le Mans car, it's already fast enough. But just the feel of going through those corners, I mean, for anyone that's driven Bathurst, they know what that hill is like. When you feel like you're sitting in the car, oh god, it adds to it. It really adds to it. I do like Le Mans cars though. I mean, I remember, I think it was on the I'll Tell You What TV YouTube channel, me and my brother Steve, we did a video from PlayStation 3's Gran Turismo 5, I think it was. And I remember Steve asking me, when was the last time you drove a car on a game that made you smile? And at that point, I said I couldn't remember. It's been a long time. Well, it happened last week. The smile I had on my face was unreal, and I've got it now. I mean, even if you're driving badly, driving terribly, it's fun, or at least it is for me anyway. Ooh, so close. Oh, too close. Too hard, pushed too hard. Oh, got too brave. Nice carbon fibre roof. Too deep. I'm not particularly driving very well, but you know what? I really don't care. Oh, I clipped the wall! No, too fast. Oh, don't half get dizzy when it goes backwards. No, I want to go that way. Like I say, visually for yourselves, anyone that's watching this, the graphics might not look too great. If they don't, I will apologise for that, but what you're seeing might not be the same as what I'm seeing, but what I'm seeing I'm absolutely loving. And for anyone that's questioned whether they should get a VR or not, I would say if you get the opportunity to try one, don't hesitate. Fuck it, give it a go. Even if you do throw up, give it a go. Tyre marks. I wonder whose tyre marks they are going across the grass. Okay, nice car. Probably should not have tuned it up. Okay, so I'm going to go and jump in. I'll go and jump in a road car now, just to show you the difference from like. Oh, I don't want it to start. Yeah, the difference between race car and road cars on this, just visually, anyway. Let's see, which track shall we go on now? If we're going in a road car, so let's go Brands Hatch. I think somebody has sent me a message. Okay, let's see, which road car shall we go in? Oh, I could have a go in that. I have had a go in that earlier today, and it is very interesting. But I want to find something that's got a rear seat, basically. And some of the liveries you'll be seeing here, I have designed, and some of them I haven't. I have borrowed. Let's see. Okay. I'll go in a Fast and Furious Evo that I designed for a friend, Ray. So, I mean, I heard a noise then that sounded like someone sent me a message. If you have sent me a message, I can't see anything other than what I can see on the screen right now because of the VR head. That is a downside of the VR headset, though. I mean, I can't even see my own hands, so I'm not going to be seeing anything else. I mean, admittedly, I've had to cheat a little bit. I've rested my e-cig between my legs, then I know where it is. But anyway. Yeah, so I'm going in a road car here just to show you one of the brilliant features with the VR. I mean, I've mentioned already that you can't stick your head out a window, which, as cool as that would be, I can kind of understand why you can't, because at the end of the day, there's a certain range of the camera. Yeah, one of the features that I do like, let's just get this centered again. I have noticed it does like to go off center quite a bit, but you can recenter it easy enough. Yeah, I mean, in a race car, you're not going to be able to see too much, but in a road car, I'm now sitting in a Mitsubishi Evo, and there's the back seats. Now, that's one of the things that makes it really seriously cool, because there is no other game or gaming that you can do where you just go, all right. So, like with me, where I felt sick going in reverse earlier, not that I can turn around all the way, but you could look over your shoulder and back it up. But you can pretty much turn all the way around and look out the back window, and it is pretty damn cool. But anyway, there we go. Much more of an open view as well in the road car. And the weird thing is as well, I mean, I haven't changed my seat position or anything like that, but just going from like the F1 car, the Le Mans car, now into this car, automatically I feel like I'm sitting a little bit more upright. I just feel like I'm now sitting in a car with a big windscreen compared to sitting in a race car. And what I will say as well, the little earpieces that come with the VR headset are really, really good. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a fan of earpieces. I don't like having things in my ears, unless it's a woman's tongue. No, I don't. I really don't. So having the earpieces in it, I'm not a fan of, but the sound quality is very, very good. I mean, whether you guys can hear me well enough or not, I've no idea. But there we go. But yeah, I mean, just once again, the visual capabilities are absolutely amazing with the VR. I mean, as I already mentioned, graphically it might not look too great, but I haven't spent an absolute age setting it up. I just wanted to get out there on the track and have some fun and relive that moment of sitting in an F1 car. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, folks. The pause button seemed to come on automatically, and then so did my XMB button. So that was rather odd. So apologies for that. I don't know what really happened there. But that is something I've noticed on GT Sport, that on a T300 RS wheel, the pause button does seem to come on quite often, and I am actually tempted to move it to a different button, because there's nothing worse when you're driving than having the pause button come on, basically. But anyway, right, let's go and jump in. I'm going to jump in one more car, and then I will bring this broadcast to an end. So again, I've heard what sounds like somebody sending me messages, and if you have, apologies, I can't read them because I can't see anything that isn't on the virtual reality. Okay, I mentioned I've driven, and should I do the Nürburgring? Go on then. If I'm going to do one more drive, I might as well do the Nürburgring. The question is, what car? I'm tempted to go in the F1 car round here, but at the same time, I'm not so sure. I might go in this. Something that we have found is rally cars on tarmac, on sports tyres, are great fun. However, I've not tried it on VR, so I've no idea what it'd be like. I may end up being sick, which I'm sure everyone would love, but I don't know if I would. Okay, let's do it. The thing, I mean, what I've noticed is, since I tried the F1 car on the VR, I'm always at the moment, whenever I've got an opportunity to put this on, I want to go in the F1 car. It has really re-sparked my my love of F1, of driving F1 cars. Just that instant, holy shit, I'm sitting in an F1 car. I'm not, I'm sitting in an armchair, but it's that I am now sitting in an F1 car. And people might think, oh, you're talking out your arse. Try it. Seriously, try it. Because it is phenomenal. Okay, now this should be set up. I drove this around this track recently, not on VR, on these settings, so I'm going to crash a lot here. But so, rally car, sports tyres, oh, you know what? See these switches here? Hopefully you can see them. You just want to flick them, or at least I do. Co-pilot seat, camera. Now, it'd be interesting to see what rain would be like. I mean, I haven't driven in the rain on GT. Looking down, there's my legs. Package secure down there. So yeah. Get ready for it. Turn one, crash! Didn't mean to get down to first then. No, I must admit I've not tried. I've done rally on VR, but I've not tried a rally car on tarmac on VR, and so far not too bad. Go on! Oh my god, that was amazing. Wanted to go too quick, too quick, too quick, too quick. Ah, yeah, bastard. Ooh. I was gonna say I don't know what handbrake is, but I'm on my profile, so I do know what handbrake is. Yeah. It is weird though. I mean, I'm using a wheel. I can't see my hands, the wheel, any of the buttons, so it does take a while to get used to what is where. Oh, that got the stomach. Oh, too quick. Don't hit the barrier. Oh. I mean, the thing is, okay, I've been off twice. I don't care. I've got a smile on my face. I mean, I would have a bit more of a look out to the scenery, but you know the Nordschleife, there's always a corner. Oh my god. Oh no, 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 no. Oh. Oh, that really got me stomach, that did. It's surprising how much your stomach can really get affected by these hills. Oh, got that a bit wrong. I mean, the thing is, I know the Nordschleife quite well. I've driven it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. But driving it in the VR, whole different situation. Looking a bit cloudy up there. I know I said I wouldn't mind seeing what it's like in the rain, but I don't want rain, thank you very much. Oh, I love this. I love this. Going over there, going over there. This is something special, man. Thing is, I'm old enough to know when attempted virtual reality was sort of first tried, and I tried a virtual reality at Silverstone, well, probably 5 years ago, and it was dreadful. Worst gaming experience probably ever. This is not like that. This is the beginning of The Matrix and Judgment Day all in one. Oh. Stomach in for the dip. Oh, big hill. Ooh. That got the stomach going mental. Not making that. Ooh. Ouch. It's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Have a look at the bonnet. I've never had a racing gaming experience like this. Not making that. Oh, oh. I don't need that in moving for you. Not making you. Well, it wouldn't be a rally car if I didn't use a bit of grass. Let's get this right, come on. Not quite how I wanted it, but I didn't go off like last time. Oh, I love it. Oh, curb spun me. I really do not like going backwards. Oh, nearly nice. Not how you want your girlfriend though, is it? Nearly nice. I will say though, as much as I'm loving this, I'm definitely getting a little bit dizzy. Probably from all the running over the grass, but yeah, it's definitely having an effect. I reckon I'll feel it when I take the headset off. Oh, too quick, too quick. Oh, I thought we'd averted disaster, but it wasn't to be. I'm absolutely loving this. I know the drive is shocking, but you know, I'm just fucking about. I'm just having fun. Oh, fuck that up. Okay, well this is going to be my last lap. What I'll do is, once I've crossed the line, I'll lift off the headset, and just say how I feel at that point. And yeah. I mean, I must admit, I'm loving this, but I'm definitely feeling like I probably need to take a break. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. I'm going to go back to the main menu and lift off this headset. So what you see on the screen might not look too great. So yeah, you might not be able to see much of anything too good right now. If that is the case, then apologies. You know what? I'll do a race with an Evo. We'll get a Subaru. I actually don't feel too bad after that, to be honest. But anyway, so I'm going to end there. So, an interesting drive for me. The F1 car definitely on a completely different level compared to pretty much every F1 car I've ever driven on a VR. It still needs to be fixed though on this game, that is for certain. Other than that, the VR is absolutely amazing. If you're not sure, yeah, it's worth it. If I had the money, I'd definitely buy one, that is for sure. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. I'm going to end this live stream, and I might have to watch it back myself. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and make sure you check out the I'll Tell You What TV F1 podcast on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description. Also, you may have seen some branding on some of the cars that I use there. Dynamic GT League. It's a project. It's a Gran Turismo league. It's going to be starting up very soon. I'm not running it or anything like that. But you can find Dynamic GT League on Facebook if you're interested in joining a league. Or if you're interested, you've got project cars, you want to race on that, check out Forever Relentless Racing on YouTube. Yeah, Forever Relentless Racing Project Cars on YouTube. Anyway, I've been Demon Red Mist, and I shall catch you again another time.